Hey there! So, in so many of my videos, I have been talking about financial planning, budgeting, putting income aside, putting expenses aside. But I think I missed one link, which was about telling you guys how to actually do that financial planning. So, I thought, why not put up a quick video where I'm actually telling you the very, very basic way of how to actually do your budgeting, including your financial planning. So, there are going to be some Excel sheets and there are going to be some numbers, but I'm sure you're going to learn something out of it. Do not forget to like, subscribe to this channel, and I'm waiting to hear from you guys as to which section of this video did you love the best. In the description, we've also given some timestamps if you quickly want to skip to a particular section of your preference. So go ahead, watch the video till the end, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. So here is an Excel sheet for you guys. So I've opened an Excel sheet, a blank Excel sheet, and I've just added three sheets: income, expenses, and plan. So the most important thing that we need to do is, first of all, just let's make it very simple. Let's just put years here. So years 2020, and we just add one to it. And let's say we plan for the next 10 years. So we are planning till 2030, and we are just going to copy this in the next three sheets so that it's easier for us to plan it. So now in income, what we are going to do is, let's say you have three, four sources of income. So first you have a retainership where you get about 30,000 rupees every month. So 30,000 into 12. This is what you have to do. Let's just format it a bit. So this is here we are actually going to talk everything annually. So you have retainership. Then you keep taking some other assignments which lead you to maybe about 50,000 rupees a month. My aim was to actually make it 1 lakh rupee per month is what I was aiming at for this example. So 12,000 rupees is what, 12 lakh rupees is what you're getting every year. Now here on the expenses, we actually need to go to the second sheet, which is expenses. So in this expenses, we need to start putting in what are our main expenses. And again, we are going to put this on annual. So let's put it rent, or it could be EMI for some of you. Okay, EMI. So I'm assuming we are making an income of 1 lakh rupees and our monthly expenses is anywhere around 65,000 rupees. So now this is something which is what we are going to take in the income sheet. We're just going to link it from here, and we go to expenses, and we are going to pick up the total column. And what we are going to do is, so this is our income for 2020 and the expenses. So what we are actually saving is 12 lakhs minus 7 lakh 80,000. Since it's a very basic sheet, if you see the income is going up by 10% and my expenses going up by 10%, and so my savings are also going up accordingly. Now, what we really have to do now is, now we need to figure out what do we really want out of our lives. So that basically means the financial plan. But before we get into financial plan, what you need to really do for your budgeting is you need to keep a track of this. So you can probably make a journal every month. You can start writing it on a piece of paper, on a diary. So there are a lot of apps available. You can start noting down your expenses there, or you can, as simple, I mostly use a diary, and I keep scribbling all my expenses there so that I can regulate it and maintain it within this. So now what we have to do is plan. For us to plan, we should first know what are our goals. So, what would be the roughly range of the house that you may want to buy? So, let's say I'm assuming by in the next 2 years, I would want to buy a property of 50 lakh rupees. Assuming 50, you may assume higher, you may assume lower, but I'm assuming 50 lakh rupees. Now, I have taken the fact that before buying a car, I will actually buy a house. So I'll push my car buying to the next year, and I'm putting it 5,000 rupees. So now I'll just do a total and to see what really are my goals. So guys, now I have a tip for you here. Don't worry if your goals are too big. Do not worry about it. Do go ahead, still write it. We will figure out how to actually match them, but you have to write it here because only once you write it, you at least understand that what is the amount of money you need to earn. So let's now just do a total to it, and we would sum to it. Okay. So now we have our total goals, or what are really the aims of investment that I'm looking at, or the luxury investments or luxury expenses that I want to do. So now once you have this, what we need to do now is match our savings here to my plan here. So I am going to do is I am going to pull out my annual savings here. I'm going to just bring in link it to my income sheet. Okay, and here it's copy and paste. So this is my savings that I am every year. Now if you see I need 5.5 lakh rupees, but I only have 4.2 lakh rupees. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a tab here which says surplus slash deficit. So basically deficit is where my savings is less than my income. Sorry, my savings is less than my goals. On the other hand, my surplus would be here where I'm going to in my goals are lesser than my goals are lesser than my annual savings. Okay, so here I will have surplus fund. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a cumulative here. If you cumulative is basically simple. I need to add my last year's deficit to my current year's deficit, or take up my last year's surplus to current year's surplus. So since this is what I'm just going to copy here, paste it. So this is my annual surplus or deficit, and this is my cumulative. So this plus this. Now this would become the sum of all these three. Okay, and you can just continue to do this if you want to keep it simple, or what you can just do is pick up the last total and add this year's surplus deficit. It will just simply become easier for you. So now if you see by the end of the tenure, I am actually short by 30 lakh rupees. So and here I am actually short by 50 lakh rupees. So 53 lakh rupees. So that basically means that I would actually need to take up 100% loan for my house, which is not possible. So what I'm going to do is that here in this house, I'm going to assume that 80%, 20% of this is what I will have to spend for as my down payment, and the balance 80%, which would be 40 lakh. And in 2023, because I'm going to actually take up loan and I'll buy my property in shift 2023, I'm going to shift to EMI and stop paying rent anymore. So you guys, you see my expenses have taken a jump here from 9.5, they've gone up to 11.26, but it's mainly because of EMI. So now again, now let's go back and visit our plan again. So now if you see in the plan, the deficit of 50 lakh rupees and so has come down to 10 lakh rupees. So basically what I will have to do is I will have to shift or increase my income from here to next year's, and maybe I will actually need to shift my car buying by 2 years because I would not really have the money here, and also for this property, uh, and I think I will also have to cut down my holiday expenses by 50,000 rupees because I can't really afford it right now. Yes, and bring down my education to 75,000 rupees. Guys, this is about budgeting. Remember, you may not like cutting down some of it, but it's important. So now, if you see, guys, here I am kind of on an equal basis, and this 10 lakh rupees, I actually don't have any money here to pay. Only by 2028, I'm actually getting this money. So now this is where the challenge is. You can keep it in the plan, or you can highlight it and say, this is my target, which I have to try and earn extra and save more so that I can do the down payment of my property. So if you see, if I manage to do that, I'm actually landing up with no negative in the first 3 year, and it's only by 2024 that I'll have 2.5 lakh rupees of negative or deficit balance. So this is something that you have to target on. If you have to buy a house, you have to start stretching yourself also. Now let me also tell you some things that I have not been able to include here. Now, if you see here in the expenses in the total cumulative, which is the yellow section, by this year, which is 2027, you're actually in a surplus. So that means by here you can start increasing your education cost, you can start increasing your holiday cost, or you can actually maybe invest in another property. So this is roughly, guys, the budgeting that you have to do. Let me tell you things which I have not included here, so that we can teach them, or we can make you understand that in the next section.